Hello, everybody, and welcome to, sorry, I thought something was on my screen. Welcome to my movie review for No Time to Die. Now, I haven't done a lot of movie reviews of recent. I do want to start getting back into doing movie reviews. There are quite a few that I want to do. So we're probably going to get into that at some point, but I just finished watching this movie, and I wanted to share my thoughts while I have the thoughts in my head. So this is what this is for obvious reasons. First off, there's this weird, surreal experience I've been having when I've gone to see movies. And I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know if I've ever seen a James Bond film on the big screen before. Ever. So that alone was pretty surreal. For me, at least. And on top of that, just with everything that has gone on in the last couple of years, to see a movie of that caliber back on the screen felt different to me in some way. And I don't really know how to describe that. But I thought I'd mention that. So the first thing that I think I should mention is this movie is really long. Really long. I don't know how else to describe it. Let me go to Google. This movie is 2 hours and 43 minutes long. And this is also the final James Bond movie starring Daniel Craig. And this has a pretty stellar cast of people, to be fully honest. It includes Daniel Craig, Rami Malek, Ana de Armas, I believe is how you pronounce that. I apologize if I said that wrong. It is a stellar cast, and I fully enjoyed watching them on the big screen. Now, from this movie felt a little off to me. It took off immediately. As soon as the movie started, they did the James Bond opening, and then that was it. It took off immediately into the film. It was like 10 seconds in, and we started the film. It took about 30 minutes to get through the opening act, and then we had the opening credits, which was sung by, what's her name? Billie Eilish. The song No Time to Die was written by, as I'm looking, the song written by Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas topped the official UK singles chart, whatever that, it doesn't matter. But that song was pretty good. It's always a highlight of the James Bond movies to see what songs they have and their little animation style next to it. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. But I don't know how to feel about it taking it off so immediate. Now, I do feel, and this is something that I don't say too often, like Endgame, they could have cut out some of the stuff in Endgame and I would have been perfectly fine. But for this film, everything felt necessary. Everything felt like it needed to be there. They needed to tell a story and they needed to include certain aspects. Rami Malek is a fantastic actor. I loved him. But I feel like this role kind of underutilized his acting capabilities. And kind of underutilized the character he was playing too. We spent a lot of time not with the villain, which is not a bad thing, but when you're with the villain, you also really want to feel that the villain is a sense of dread, a sense of, struggle. You want to be like, that villain is the villain I want to fear. And honestly, he showed up sprinkled in the beginning a little bit. And there was a huge gap of time, probably around a half hour to 45 minutes, I'd say, where he wasn't even in the film. Now, I could have been wrong. I might be wrong on my time, but it felt like he wasn't in it. He may have popped up here and then disappeared again for another 20 minutes. So maybe it was like 20 minutes, pop in, disappear, 20 more minutes. And he was very scarce throughout the entire film. Which, not really a huge deal for me, to be honest, but oh, there's an official James Bond website? Wow. Why do you have a website for a movie? Just to show off all the pictures and trailers and such? Posters? Why? Why do you need to do that? That seems so unnecessary. So yeah. Daniel Craig, the movie I can most recently think of him from was Knives Out. And he is a fantastic actor. He does amazing in this role. But I think Knives Out was a more... How do I say? Like... It took more from him. He did fantastic in this movie. By no means did he do, badly. But he did... It would be strange to see the future of James Bond. And frankly, I feel like they should stop after this movie. James Bond is a character that I like. I'm not a gigantic fan, but I like his movies. They're action movies. They're your typical... I mean, not typical, but typical action film. The one that every movie references. Deadpool 2 referenced that. A lot of films reference James Bond because it's the pinnacle of action films. And that's typically what it is. I don't think that James Bond should continue to go, though. They've gone through a couple of James Bonds, and frankly, I don't know how they ended some of the people who played them. I'd have to go back and watch. But frankly, after watching this movie, I feel like the series would be better left to just die in peace. Of course, there's no time to die, but, But I'd also, maybe like a TV show. We could do a TV show. I wouldn't mind watching a TV show. But it won't ever be the same. Because Spectre was supposed to be the last one with Daniel Craig, and I don't know if they wanted to finish up his story, or if they just wanted him to play it again so they could get more money off of him being James Bond. But I mean, he's James Bond. I don't know what the point of this website is. Oh, it's a 007 website? What the heck? So you can... Okay, so you can already have... Okay. They already have things for the movie. They have the villain pop figure. They have the villain's mask and the villain's broken mask. They have a car set. They have one that has both twin. They have one that has a car. They have a mask magnet. I mean, geez. And also, the masks cost... Oh my gosh. The dual mask one costs $700. And each mask one... each mask one separately, broken and non-broken, costs $349.99. That's a lot. That is a lot. So they have a... See, I don't understand why you need a website for each film. To be fully honest with you. And this movie, I believe, is only in theaters. So, and the story of this movie, speaking of, is, has there really only been 5 movies with him? Huh. Daniel Craig's character is retired, and he's kind of brought back into the mix, because of a past foe. Which, if you've watched the trailers, it's in the trailers, so I'll say it. Blofeld, which I believe is from the last movie, Spectre. Other than that, I don't really know if there's a whole lot of connections to the last film. Most of the James Bond films, I feel like, can stand on their own, to be honest. Yeah, so info. In No Time to Die, Bond has left active service and is enjoying a tranquil life in Jamaica. Okay, yep. His peace is short-lived when his old friend Felix Leiter from this Leiter, I think. Sorry if I'm pronouncing one of those pronunciations. I hope is right. The CIA turns up asking for help. The mission to rescue a kidnapped scientist turns out to be far more treacherous than expected, leading Bond onto the trail of a mysterious villain armed with dangerous new technology. And there is some awesome action sequences. Just honest. It's really good. Sorry, I'm going back. But something felt off. And maybe it's just because I've never watched a Bond movie on the big screen before, and it was my first time. But I'm interested to see. 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. What's the DHL official partner? Oh, is it the car? It's the car. Okay. Yeah, it's the car. Okay, anyway. Rotten Tomato wise, critics over 205 gave it an 84%, and then fewer than 50 verified ratings on the audience side gave it 88%. It's only in theaters, by the way. I think I said that. Oh, that's another thing. What was her name? Where is she? I feel like she'd be top billed. Oh, there was an actor I recognize. His name is Billy Magnussen. I hope I said that right. Oh, there she is. I found her on the page. But he was from a different movie. And I just couldn't stop thinking about it. What was the movie? I can't remember the name. Game Night? Game Night. He's from Game Night. I just couldn't stop thinking about that. It's weird seeing him in... I think I've seen him in other stuff too, but it's weird just seeing him in a Bond film. Rami Malek I'd see more in the Bond film than I would this guy. Because Game Night, yeah, I remember him for Game Night. He was in The Many Saints of Newark, apparently. Aladdin, that's it. Aladdin, Game Night, which are both comedies. Well, kind of. His character in Aladdin is very comedic. Into the Woods. Those are all the movies as far as I know. At one point he was in Crime Scene Investigation. Awesome. That's a fantastic show. So yeah, I feel like No Time to Die is a bit out of his normal. I feel like he's not normally an action star. So it's interesting to see. But Ana de Armas, she and Daniel Craig worked together before. They worked together in Knives Out, and they were both fantastic. I loved her character in this movie, but I feel like it was underutilized greatly, and I was really looking forward to seeing her in this film, and her character barely was in it at all. It was in one section, and it was barely in there. And the way they left that character off was like, oh, we'll see each other again. And the way the rest of the movie plays out, I just don't see that happening. And even so, I know for a fact that this is Daniel Craig's last film, so if they continue James Bond, and they have her in the future ones, it's... how? Like, I feel like when they start James Bond up again, it's not going to have the same characters or even same actors. Because it's going to be starting a whole new franchise. You know? And I do think there are some underlining themes in this film every once in a while, which is fine. But it's interesting. I'm very happy I saw it. I'd highly recommend people watch it if you like James Bond, but it's long. 2 hours and 43 minutes. Again, a very long film. That's just shy of Endgame, isn't it? Okay, that's about 20 minutes shy of Endgame. Endgame is 3 hours and 1 minute, so it's about 20 minutes shy of reaching that mark. See, that's the thing, though, and people rave on Endgame, but personally, as I was saying earlier, I think No Time to Die has more reason for that 2 hour and 43 minute length than Endgame does. I think Endgame could have cut out some of its stuff and been a perfectly fine movie. Like, a lot of the time travel stuff, we didn't need to see all of it. It was fun to watch for sure, but like you could have cut some of the things out. You could have cut out. I haven't watched Endgame in a while. You could have cut some things out personally, and I feel like Endgame would have been a fine movie the way it was. And personally, this isn't a review for Endgame, but I didn't like Thanos in Endgame. That's a different conversation. I think it was underutilized in that movie. Anyway, sorry. Not a review for Endgame, No Time to Die. The only connection being the fact that they're both almost 3 hours long. And out of the past couple of weeks, too, this was my third most anticipated movie to see. And I think right now it's still holding that spot. I enjoyed watching it for sure, but Venom, Let There Be Carnage was my first most anticipated. Halloween Kills is my second most anticipated, and No Time to Die is my third. So, I'll try to do reviews on those. I'll probably do a review on Halloween Kills this month. I'll probably do one on Halloween this month. But yeah, anyway. I'm trying to think of more to say. I'm sorry. It's been a bit. Hans Zimmer. Man, Hans Zimmer's been all over the place, man. No Time to Die, SpongeBob movie, Wonder Woman 1984, Lion King, Dark Phoenix. Holy heck. Dunkirk, Blade Runner 2049, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Kung Fu Panda 3, Hidden Figures. Oh, jeez. Women in Gold. I don't remember that one. Man of Steel, The Lone Ranger, Madagascar 3, Dark Knight Rises, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, Pirates of the Caribbean, Stranger Tides, Rango, Kung Fu Panda 2, Megamind. Holy moly, this guy has a super long list of good, great movies that he has made music for. Congratulations to him. Anyway. Sorry, I'm reading someone's review. I get stumped, to be honest. I just get stumped. But this movie, it's good. I wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't say it's the best James Bond movie of all the movies. but I'd say is good. It's a solid movie, and Daniel Craig and the cast are amazing. The villain, I think, is underutilized, personally. He does become quite threatening towards the end. But, you know, it's very weird, personally, to focus... Maybe the James Bond movies do that, but less on the villain. Because I feel like the villain, like, they want to make... By selling that mask of the villain on their website, you know, they're trying to make that mask iconic. But he barely wears it. Like, he barely wears that mask, and it's only at the start of the film. And after the opening 30 minutes of the film, I don't think I ever see him wear it again. It's supposed to have an impact. It's supposed to have a, wow, this is standoffish. This is what will make me remember this villain over the other James Bond villains and over other villains of other franchises. Because, I mean, I'm sure people have, like, thought in their minds, put up villains between different franchises and such, but still, like, what the heck? Sorry, I just saw a movie called Death of Nintendo. What the heck? I'm so confused right now. Okay. Well, that was really weird. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Anyway. I want the villain to stand out. And frankly, that's what I want to do. There were some interesting concepts put into play in this movie. There was... I heard rumors about something they were going to do with the next James Bond, and actually, to be fully honest, without spoilers, it's totally up in the air. There's no after-credit scene, there's no mid-credit scene. The movie ends very abruptly, too. Like, once you get past the third act, most of the third act, the final big climactic ending, the movie wraps up within like 5 minutes. Excuse me. I didn't even burp, but okay. It wraps up extremely fast. And I don't like that. It was very off-putting. There's not really even a title card, I don't think. It just kind of rolls into the credits, which is something another movie did. I can't remember what movie it was. Oh, Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow just rolled into the credits without even a title card or anything. I didn't like that. I don't like when movies do that. I like to see a title card to inform me, hey, the movie's over. Plus, you spend all the time making the title card, and they put it at the very end of the movie. Right before, and shockingly, they said James Bond will return, and that's it. There's no after-credit scene, there's no additional. So they haven't even most likely found their next James Bond. But frankly, I think it should just end. The series has had its run. Like, I mean, as much as I love Marvel, and as much as I want to see, like, Deadpool 3 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3, those are really comedies, though. And those can be loosely not connected. I'm okay with watching movies like Shang-Chi. I absolutely love Shang-Chi. But I don't really want more. We've been through the same superhero stuff time and time again leading up to Endgame. We've gone through one of the biggest movies of all time. And we're on the other side now. What the heck? I'm just kind of done. I mean, I'll watch more if they put out more. But I'm just kind of over it. I'm just kind of done with, you know, sequels. And superhero movies. And even sometimes action movies. They did a fantastic job with this film. And all the acting was great. But I just think it's time to let Ironically, it's time for James Bond to die. The series to die. I think it's time for the franchise to settle down. It's been years and years between movies, because I think Spectre was, 2017, 2018? And yes, I said that in that particular manner because of the title, No Time to Die. Ah, 2015. Yeah, so the last movie was in 2015, and they didn't come out with this one until it was going to be 2019, 2020 even. That's 5 years that they were working on this film. And then it came out afterward. Honestly, I might watch him again. Because I own all the James Bond movies except for No Time to Die. Yeah, I like James Bond, although ironically the percentages are higher for this movie than the last one. Even though I read a review that was saying that this is not as good as, well, I think it said Skyfall. I don't think people like Spectre. Yeah, Casino Royale or Skyfall. What is Skyfall at? Skyfall. Percentage-wise, sorry. 92. Yeah, Skyfall is really high up there. When was Skyfall? 2012. Yeah, so they did one in 2012, and then they did... I think it was also because Daniel Craig didn't want to come back. So I think that he didn't want to come back at all. So they just kind of didn't do it until he decided to come back for one movie. So, either way. Wait, what? Is Skyfall a Sony film? Wait. Is Skyfall a Sony film? No. Distributed by MGM and Sony Pictures Entertainment through its Columbia Pictures division. So yes, Sony technically kind of owns it? That's weird. Oh, yeah. Sony Pictures. That's so weird. I would have never associated James Bond with Sony. Ever. Huh. Anyway. I'm going to wrap this up now, though. I've been talking for almost a half hour, and I kind of want to stop. But it was an okay movie. I'd give it a 4 out of 10 because of the entertainment involved. I mean, that's for the overall movie, but it reaches a 4 out of 10 because of the entertainment. And like 3.5 out of 5 stars. Wait, no. Did I say 4.5 out of 10? I am so sorry. 4 out of 5 stars. And that'd be like 8 something out of 10, something like that. 4 out of 5 stars. That's what I meant, sorry. That was a mess. I'm a mess. It's okay. So, I would recommend watching this movie. If you like the other James Bond movies, you'll like this. It's entertaining. It's what it is. It's an entertaining film, and with great actors, great acting, and a solid story. It could have been better. And for Daniel Craig's last film, I didn't really like the ending. I saw some things coming from a mile away, and I didn't really like, I was okay with how it ended. I wish it had ended differently. But that's just me. Me personally. But anyway, that's going to do it for this film. This movie review. I'm going to stop talking now because I've been talking for a half hour. And yeah, I'm going to end here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.